Hello and welcome to a Not So Awesome review. And today we're looking at the Star Wars Black Series Luke Skywalker Jedi Master Target exclusive action figure by Hasbro. This is part of one of those I'm going to call it diorama-ish sets that come with a die-cast piece and some extra soft goods on the figure. And I'll say a few things. One, he doesn't come with the best accessories, considering that Rey comes with, a diecast blaster, and saber hilt. Kylo Ren comes with his saber hilt, both, lit and unlit, and he comes with the metal helmet. And I don't think Snoke comes with anything that I know of. I'm sure he has to have something diecast because I think they all do. But Luke only comes with a fist and the stand, and that's about it. And by fist, I mean he does have his regular hand that you got on the original release, as you can see here, but you can pull that off to put on this diecast fist, which is probably what I'm going to leave on. It's nice, it's shiny, and it looks good. It's cool. But before we get to the figure, let's just talk about the base really quick, which is kind of from the scene, I'm assuming, from the beginning of The Last Jedi slash end of Force Awakens. We put Luke up here, put a Rey here, and there you got your little diorama scene. It's cool. It's all right. It's not heavy at all, and it could use some dry brushing to bring out the well, not the texture so much because you can see the texture, but to kind of just get rid of that plasticky look. I think some dry brushing on this and it'll look really good. I probably will end up doing that eventually, knowing myself. I'll get to it at some point. Figure wise, aside from the extra fist, which is nice, you're getting more or less the same figure, but with, I want to say, not added articulation, but freed up articulation, because he does come with his cape. Little thing right here. Same thing came with the other figure, same exact one. Has the strings that you can tie around his neck so it doesn't fall off too easily. But it also comes with kind of his robe down here being soft, albeit the material doesn't feel super sturdy, but it's not fraying or anything, but you can tell that it definitely could if it wanted to. It's not the, nicest material. They could have definitely gotten something a little bit more durable, but for what it is, it's all right. And these little string things that he has on here are now a separate piece attached to the belt, which almost feels like it could come off from right here, but at the same time, I think it's glued in, so I don't want to do it. And not to mention that they didn't change how his waist is. Now, by that I mean, if you have the original release, or really any figure that has kind of like a belted area like that with something coming down, what Hasbro does is they push in the plastic around on the belt piece or whatever the waist piece is. So if you take it off, there's a giant gap in between the upper torso and the lower torso. So taking this off would actually make a giant gap in between here, which kind of sucks because it would be nice to have the option to remove that stuff, though you don't need to with this figure because thanks to the soft goods, we now actually have him being able to pose with his legs, which is something we couldn't really do before because he had this long piece of rubbery plastic down here that hindered him. So that's really the main reason you're buying this figure, so you can have it more articulated. You get the die cast fist and you get the little stand here. Otherwise, he basically is the same figure. He doesn't come with a lightsaber, he doesn't come with anything else, which would have been nice to see him with at least the lightsaber or something. I don't know, I just something extra. I mean, you can see he has a clip for it. I don't know why you wouldn't include, his new lightsaber. I don't even know what it looked like. I don't remember. I just remember watching the movie. But you can clip on this one, kind of. And see, the hole doesn't even want to go in all the way. It just kind of just sticks out. So I'm sure if you mess with it, you can fit it in there all right. But yeah, I do wish he came with something extra and not just an extra, a modified waist area. But again, because I got this half off, I can't really complain too much because it's a good price for a figure that's, I wouldn't say not great, but not amazing. Not something that everybody should go out and buy, especially at retail price, considering that the original version of this figure goes for an average around $13, Amazon Prime on the internet. So $2 more, and you get one that's a little bit more articulated, and you get the stand and the fist. Not a bad deal. So, anyways, moving on from all that complaining, he does have, his upper arm can rotate. He does have that swivel, which is just about 90. It's not better, it's not worse. Swivel at the arm, hinge. You can see his arm is open here to grab something, as is his other one. The diecast one, unfortunately, isn't. And I kind of wish the diecast one was this one, or maybe it would have been cool to get both of these in diecast, just saying. Head articulation, he can look left and right, but that's about it. Can't really look down or up. Waist articulation is so good that if you lean it back enough, you can actually see the inside peg. Because, like I said, the rubber piece is what hides it. So, yeah, if you go back far enough, it doesn't look that great, but he can lean back a lot. So, there is that. He can lean forward a very good amount too. And it doesn't show the back of it, though. That's mostly because of the fabric covering it. But it is cool. It is nice to see that he has that articulation. His feet can kick up that high, which is good. Can kick back about that much. Can go out a little bit, not too much. About I'd call that halfway. Double jointed knees to go in all the way, which is really nice. Ankles move up a little bit, move back a lot of bit, and he does have ankle pivot. So I will say that the best part about this is that you can get him into some more extreme poses, though you do have to mess around with like these things. I wish these things were fabric, because I don't know, the plasticiness of them does look a little bit weird when you're trying to pose them around. You can see them just kind of getting in the way a little bit. And I mean, it wouldn't be too hard to kind of modify that. That's really up to you if you want to go through the effort of cutting it off from here, and just getting another piece of fabric and adding it there, piece of white fabric, maybe something a little bit stiffer, so it isn't soft, but isn't too hindering like this rubber. I don't know. That's my opinion on this. Anyways, before we finish up here, let's just get on to some size comparisons. So here's Jedi Master Luke next to TIE Fighter Luke and Kylo Ren. You can see that he stands a little bit taller than TIE Fighter Luke, which obviously isn't right. They're the same person. They should be about the same exact height, but here he's definitely a little bit bigger. Can't really blame them for it, because it is technically updated technology. This figure is way older than this, so you can kind of give it a pass on that. Next to Kylo Ren, he is short, but again, Kylo Ren is a pretty tall figure. Here he is next to SH Figure Arts, Goku, and Marvel Legends Iron Man. You can see he's definitely the shortest and smallest of the three, just so you guys can get like a little ballpark of how big he is. And lastly, here he is next to a Black Series Jyn Erso and a Halo Legends. Is that the right name? Legends series, Spartan Buck, and you can see here he's taller than Jyn, smaller than Spartan, and yeah. So overall, he's an alright, decent figure. If you didn't pick up the original release of him, then yeah, I definitely recommend getting him, especially now that he is half off, assuming he is still half off at the time of you watching this. The added articulation in the legs is nice. It's a plus. It looks better with the cloth, in my opinion, under it. But they definitely missed the mark when it came to these rubbery pieces. They definitely should have been cloth pieces as well, because they kind of get in the way when you're trying to pose them anyway. The base stand, whatever you want to call it, is decent, but it's nothing groundbreaking. It's nothing amazing. Now, you can say the same thing about the one I really liked that came with Kylo Ren, but I don't know, the fact that I could hold 3 to 6 figures on it really made me happy, whereas this is pretty specific to just 2 characters. The diecast arm is decent. It's a nice fist, though I do wish it was the open fist that had the diecast on it, or maybe both of them, since he doesn't come with anything else, which is my only other complaint. Would have been nice to see him come with anything else, a porg, a lightsaber, something extra, to feel like I'm not just getting the same figure, which, like I said, it is and it isn't. It's just modified slightly. But anyways, $15, not bad. Definitely recommend it for that price. And yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching. Comment, all that cool stuff. Subscribe. If you want. Yeah. Okay. Cool. And probably no more Star Wars stuff until later in the week. I have some other stuff coming up Tuesday and Wednesday. Hopefully, I get them in the mail. Amazon has been, not Amazon, but the post office. I don't even want to talk about how annoying they are sometimes. But hopefully I can get some other things aside from Star Wars up pretty soon, but expect more Star Wars stuff in the future, and hopefully Dragon Ball Z stuff pretty soon. I know that some Dragon Star series figures should be coming out this month, and my guess is on the 15th. Just estimating from what GameStop has put up for the later figures. I'm assuming that's the street date for those. And there are more Star Wars figures coming out Friday. I don't know if I'm gonna get them. I might. I'll try to. I'll see. I don't think I'm gonna get all of them, but if I get any, I will be posting videos on those. But anyways, once again, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.